Hey guys, Tony here. Week 2 picks of the 2018 NFL season. Changing my pick from the Raiders to the Rams tonight for specific reasons to be mentioned in this video. Starting off with the next set of games. Ravens-Bengals on a date of 13-9. Really interesting for Cincinnati. Here's why Cincinnati's hosting the game. The 13th day of September can be written out as 13-9. It is Freemasonry that equals 139 in Gematria. It is, after all, Cincinnati that equals 51. It is Freemason that equals 96. I think after defeating Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts, that the Cincinnati Bengals are going to make a statement at home and show that they're going to have a quick start and be in the playoff race. But I think this doesn't mean necessarily that they make the playoffs, but that they have a quick start to the season. And I think people are going to sleep on, are going to really overestimate the Cincinnati Bengals due to the fact that the Ravens absolutely blew out the Buffalo Bills. Let's not forget that the Buffalo Bills put out the sorriest performance of Week 1. My Cardinals put out the second next sorriest performance in Week 1. So there's that. Cincinnati Bengals are going to win this game at home. Tampa Bay and the Eagles. Before Week 1, I was thinking that Tampa Bay may win that game. I mean, you look at Week 1, Tampa Bay's no joke with Mike Evans, whatnot, and they actually look good without Jameis Winston. I will give these guys the benefit of the doubt. But for Coach Doug Peterson, he has 24 victories. His next victory would be his 25th victory. I think he's going to do this at Tampa Bay. That's why I have to go with Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles again. There's going to be a riddle for these guys against the Indianapolis Colts the following week that is worth noting. So going back to the Ravens game, the Ravens equals 112, Marvin Lewis 112 regular season losses. This stays the same. That's all I can say. That's why the Bengals won in Week 1 before facing the Baltimore Ravens. This is why they are stuck at 112 regular season losses. Moving on to the next game. Dolphins, Jets. I'm going with Miami. I had Ryan Tannehill leading these guys into the playoffs. Dolphins are your winner. Steelers are your winner. They rigged that game. They rigged that game against the Browns. Create suspense, drama, something to talk about. You know, it was 21-7, and they started turning over the ball. It was a complete joke. I mean, it was another scripted game, the NFL. This is what the NFL is a complete crapshoot. It's a no-figure league. Saints here. Nothing else needs to be said. Colts and the Redskins. Indianapolis Colts are going to get their first victory of the season against the Washington Redskins on the road before they face the Philadelphia Eagles. Redskins go to 1-1. They have to face Andrew Luck this week. Andrew Luck's going to get the win. It is Jay Gruden that has 29 victories with the Washington Redskins, including 2018, which means that it's going to remain at 29 against Andrew. Andrew equals 29. He is your winner for Week 2 of the NFL. The Indianapolis Colts on the road. The Chargers here. The Packers at home. Panthers, Falcons. That one was sort of tricky, but I'm going with Atlanta. This game, the Super Bowls, is going to be played at Atlanta, Georgia, after all, this season. If you go to Ron Rivera's coaching record, if he loses his next game, it would be his 52nd game over at Atlanta, the site of the Super Bowl, an event that has happened 52 prior times. So I think 52 numerology is going to prevail here, and the Falcons have 10 days of rest, and they don't have to go to the elements like they did at Philadelphia. So I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons there. That was a tricky game to predict. Okay, here. So moving on. Texans going to win this game. Deshaun Watson, these guys. Tennessee's a joke. Sorry, guys. You guys had a good season last year. I like Texans defense. Cardinals, Rams. Look at how scripted it can be. I mean, even the Fox guys were saying that the Cardinals were supposed to win last week. It's one of these things where, you know, like for the Saints game, where the defense doesn't even try or whatever. Or, you know, the Steelers, you know, not trying the fourth quarter and all of this. And some other weird things that happened in the fourth quarter, you know, where the Falcons can't even, like, punch in a touchdown or whatnot. Or the Packers have this rigged comeback and the Bears don't even try to tackle Randall Cobb, who won my fantasy matchup with that joke touchdown where no Bears player tries to tackle. For some reason, the Cardinals didn't go out and play, and the narrative was for Adrian Peterson to have a big game. Well, how scripted can it be if Sam Bradford's first win with the Cardinals comes against his former team and they'd find themselves on top of the division with running back David Johnson? They didn't even try the last game. They folded, whatever. There's a lot of talent. Like, it was a complete joke, and just shows how much of a rigged gambling casino the NFL is. I'm taking Arizona. I'm taking the Detroit Lions over San Francisco 49ers at home. Detroit before facing against New England. I have to go with Detroit for that game. As I said before, I'm changing my pick to the Rams for this game. I think the Raiders are going to beat the Broncos. They're going to get that big win. John Gruden's first win against the garbage-ass Broncos, what rivalry is all about. So I'm going with Oakland. And, you know, here's the thing with Oakland, is that when Tom Brady's done, this is last year, they need that new team to hate on, right? The Cowboys look bad, right? People hate New England. That new team is going to be Oakland, so they're going to be great this year. It's great for the NFL when people hate the Raiders, and that makes for a very entertaining moments to go see all the reactions of the snowflakes that are going to be hating on the Raiders, and they like to hate on all these teams out there, get emotionally invested. Patriots and the Jaguars, New England statement on the road at Jacksonville. AFC South is all tied after this week. The kid that they have, Saquon Barkley, the Giants looked more impressive. The New York Giants on the road should be able to get it done. Seahawks, Bears, what a garbage trade for the Bears. Already the Bears are in the lottery. Seahawks are going to win that game on the road. They're going to beat the Bears. The Bears will be 0-2, and the Raiders are going to have a really high draft pick. And you'll see who really understands their economics, Chicago Bears or the Oakland Raiders. I think the Oakland Raiders got something a little extra if they're still able to outpace their competition, the AFC West, which they will do. It doesn't matter if they don't win week one. Once these next few weeks, you know, pass away, then we'll start to see who's on top of the tables, who are not on top of the tables. So these are all my week 2 picks. The Bengals, the Steelers, the Dolphins, the Eagles, the Browns, the Colts, the Chargers, Packers, Falcons, Texans, Cardinals, 49ers, Raiders, Patriots, Giants, and Seahawks.